Hello, everyone. It's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about this article. I came upon this article because I heard it was mentioned from this clip of this young lady that actually charges people $3 short of $10,000 to show you how to become a millionaire. And she mentioned that, it was said that black wealth will become to zero by 2053. And I was like, oh, I never heard about that. So I went and do my research, and I found the article. And it was written back in 2019, July 12th of 2019. And it's on the Black Enterprise. Yes, the Black Enterprise. So this was written in 2019, right up and before the pandemic. So the title says African American wealth may fall to zero by 2053. So they say may fall. But where they got this information, it says according to the Road to Zero Wealth report published by Prosperity Now and the Institute for Policy Studies, that's a mouthful, the median wealth of Black Americans will fall to zero by 2053 if current trends continue. So, Black Enterprise is trying to be nice. They say may. These people say will. But if these trends continue. And what are the factors that are causing this to happen? Is that main equalizers and factors is the education part. Because, Black women especially are praised because they are the most educated. But as you know, especially education, a lot of these education, they come at a very, very, very high price. Sometimes it's best to learn a trade instead of, accumulating all these debt. And another thing that they did not mention in this article is that African Americans is not pushed, to build families, basically, because many of our white counterparts, when they do go to college, they get into college and they leave college without zero debt because they had somebody that gave them a head start. They had somebody that gave them a hand up, which is usually their parents. But most of African Americans, especially Black too, and that's any other Black, Jamaican, Bahamian, whatever, we don't have that. So let's get into the article. I'm going to skim through it, basically. Say student loan debt has delayed, is one of the factors, of course, like we said, has delayed the wealth building dreams of many educated Americans. Because because they basically give you like a grace period for like 6 months, and then after that you have to pay, and then they just give you an absorbative monthly price to pay, unless you do like a plan where they look over your income and then they give you pay according to your income. But most people don't do that. They just pay that thing whatever they have to pay. And it says that statistics are grimmer for more African Americans women. Because why? We African Americans, we tend more to go to college instead of like going to a trade or vocational school. Unless, like if you're going in the nursing route, and then you can go, they have many vocational schools. Like in Miami, they have Lindsay Hopkins and Sheridan, where you don't have to take on like a big student loan debt. But for the men is different because like in Miami-Dade County Public Schools, they have like so many trades that these young men could learn, and then they could make up to 6 figures with zero student loan debt, because they have plumbing, they have electrician, they have different trades that you can learn. And in some of them you're just paying $40 for that semester. They might the plumbing or whatever may have like maybe an extra fee, but basically you're not going to spend more than $100 for the semester. And then you can work. And then this is the thing, you could work, they do roofing and everything. You could work maybe for a year, 2 years for a company. And if you have the right guidance, you could actually start your own plumbing business. You could start your own electric, because those things you will always have a job, because it's always somebody gonna need something, some light fixtures, always gonna people gonna need plumbing and different things like that. So with the African American women or blacks, because it's not only African American women, it's all is blacks. It says a single black woman with a bachelor's degree, 20 through 39, has a median net worth of negative $11,000, negative 11,000 to zero, while the white woman has a net worth of 3,000 to 7,500, 3,400 to 7,500. A married black women with bachelor's degree, 20 to 39, she has negative 20,500 to 7,700, while the white women have 18,700 to 97,000. And it goes on. If you see here, single black women with bachelor's degree over 60, at least she has $11,000, but compared to the her white counterpart, it's $384,400. And a married black woman over 60, of course, her net worth is 400,000, while to the white to a white counterparts is $778,000. And the one of the greatest equalizer here is because our white counterparts have husbands. They have husbands, and even if they don't, they have families. They have a parent that was married and owns several properties, or own a property that's paid off, and they are able to go back. Because I know many white women that were married, it didn't work out, or they had kids and it didn't work out, and they went back to live with their parents to get back on their feet, where they really don't have to pay anything, maybe just pay a light bill or water bill, and they are able to get back on their feet in that sense. Because in the white community, they push family, is grounded on family. Here in the black community, whether it's African American or whatever, they push more education on you, get your stuff. Not all families really push, especially people who are the loudest, push family. And that is what's gonna build generational wealth. That is what's gonna continue black wealth. Even though, yes, the white counterparts did get a head start, but what made them continue to stay in the lead is because they founded their wealth on family. They founded their wealth on family. Whether they were going to college or whatever, they knew, hey, while I'm in college, I'm looking for a potential mate to spend the rest of my life with, or at least so I could rear children and then continue that. But now it's like people pushing this, especially this women empowerment, particularly pushing on women, to get it on your own. You don't need a man. You could do it by yourself, but you were not built as a woman to do it by yourself. You were not. Because as us women, we do make a lot of decisions based on our emotions, because that's our nature. And that's why you need a man to balance you out. Just like a man, you need to balance him out, because everything he does is, he has to think about it. It has to make sense with him. But in some situations, it does not require that. And just like in some decisions, does not require you to react or make a decision by emotion. So we both balance out each other. Look at the statistics. Single black women make less than everybody. People who are making more, especially if you talk about making more, is when you are married. It's when you, as a black woman, is when you are married. That's when you tend to make more, and your net worth. That means after you finish pay everything, what is left over, that is not, that's sitting there. That's free and cleared. That is your net worth. Even if you buy a house, if the house is not paid off, something can happen and then you lose that house. So that really isn't your net worth. Some people really have net worth when they have worked, put in the work, they're able to pay off their mortgage. And I've known some people to pay off their mortgage in like 5 years, but they were married, and then that was a goal for them, and that of course accelerated and increased their net worth because they worked as a team. But you as a woman, they especially now with everybody pushing, they invested more in women, but you as a woman, the investment that they are invested in you supposed to say, hey, I want to build generational wealth. I want to secure the generational bag, not secure the bag, because when you secure in the bag, that's you tend to think only only for your family. But when you secure in a generational bag, you know what I'm doing. I want to continue to generation to generation to generation. A lot of times it's just generational curses that are transferring, but we are not transferring generational. We're not transferring generational wealth. And like, this is a biblical perspective channel. It is God who gives the ability to get wealth, and his blessing brings wealth, and it adds no sorrow. Sometimes we think we have it's all family. Whether you're a single parent home, it's your children. Yes, you have to work, put in the work, do the extra work for a period, for a season, for your family, until you get the knowledge to know how to choose a proper mate, and that will help you to continue on building generational wealth along with that partner, whoever that partner is. Because most time a single woman, we on our grind, but then we're making money so that our child could have the things that we didn't have, which sometimes most of the time is not a very good idea. It's not a good, because why you fight, why you are a go-getter, is because nobody gave you nothing. So that's why you still have that drive. Not to say you're not supposed to give your child, the basic necessities, but still instill in them that work drive. To work, you have to work to get what you need. Yes, I'm able to give you everything that I didn't have, but I will not do that because I still want you to work. Just like I still want to transfer that worth ethic in you, because when we don't transfer that worth ethic into our children, we raise entitled children, we raise ungrateful children, we raise lazy, and sometimes they could have all those characteristics or maybe one of them. So that's why it's not best to give your child everything that you didn't have, because you're not helping them. People can say, oh, I don't need a man. I've been doing it by myself. I can do it by myself. But as I said, you were not built to do it by yourself, because as we women are, especially when you're doing it by yourself, you tend to be under more stress. And because of those stress, your hormones are unbalanced. They're all over the place. And this is why many women, they drink a lot, whether it's strong liquor, whether it's a lot of wine. Some women, they eat a lot. Some women do something excessive because of your hormones being all over the place. But when you have a partner, a healthy partner, then he's able to balance you. Sometimes, or even if you don't have that yet, you have people next to you say, I think you need to slow it down. You need to rest. You need to do that, because we tend to move as women as emotion. We need that balance. And that is why God placed a man next to you. You guys are one. You're supposed to work together as one. So when part of the body, part of the one is malfunctioning, that's why the other comes in to bring back everything in alignment. But we are, against each other. There are people pitting women against men, men against women, particularly in the Black community, because they already know that's what's going to happen, and then they're going to push it so it can happen way before 2053. Wealth, generation wealth, the foundation of it is family. The foundation of it is family. And of course, family sitting on top of Jesus Christ. But family is the foundation of it. If your foundation is not intact, your building will crumble. You build it, whether you build it on sand, whether you build it on whatever you build it on, if it's not founded upon family, it will not stand. You may be making a lot of money now, but in the years to come, you will need a partner. And as I said, many people will get in trouble because you don't know how to choose. You're wasting your time on these internets, listening to these people. Oh, don't get this, don't get that. Oh, don't deal with this. But you're not getting the knowledge on how to choose a mate, how to correctly choose a mate. So I know that I vetted this person. I know who this person, I know this person is for me. So I won't have a problem to submit. But when you just go in without the knowledge, you just pick anybody, then you guys are at odds. You have a power struggle because, hey, I make money too. I want to lead. No, you, the woman, you're supposed to follow me. No, it's submit one to another, because we are family. Some things I am strong in, you can lead. It's not that I'm taking over, but I can lead in that aspect because I'm more knowledgeable about that. But I'm not taking over because I know the man is the leader. He covers me. He's my covering. He's my covering. So the enemy cannot come in our house and plunder us and take away our possessions. Everything that we work hard for, everything that we put our sweat and blood for, everything that we have been humiliated for. So the enemy cannot come in and take it away from us. But we don't have that. We're not working together as family. The woman don't need the man don't need the woman. So now you guys working. You're working for kids who probably gonna squander everything that you work for, or you working because you're not getting married, you're not gonna have kids or whatever. Now you're working for so when all the stress comes upon you, and then you God forbid a sickness come upon you, and then you lose your life. Now everything that you work for, the government gonna take it, put it in government contracts, put it in different things where who is going to get most. If you research, most of the government contracts are always predominantly secured by our white counterparts. Even though they have, they made a lot of municipalities, government entities have opened a lot of doors so, minorities can come in. But most of the time, Black people is not the majority that get these contracts. So we need to know that we are one. It's not about securing the bag. It's securing the generational bag. It's not about I'm getting all this education, all this money, all these businesses, all these multiple sources of income. Yes, that's a good thing. But God forbid something happens to you. What's going to happen to your multiple sources of income? Especially if it's not now, if it's residual, whether you work it or you don't work it, it's still going to come to you. But not all of us have residual income. We have to work. We have to put in the work. If we don't put in the work, we won't have anything. So we need to know we are one. So, and the foundation is family. And you can't have a foundation only without Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ has to be the head of that man. If Jesus Christ is not the head of the man, you guys will always have problem, and the enemy will come in He will bind that strong man, which is the leader. He will plunder you, and he will take away your possessions, because there is no strong man. So this is something everybody is distracted by, a lot of stuff, but this is coming. 2053. We are in 2022. It may seem that's far away, but the year just started, and we already, today is April 9th. It's an acceleration in time if you don't notice. So before you know it, 2053 will be here. How will the Black community be? Are we still going to be fighting against each other? Are we still not going to be raising our children, and our children taking out each other? Because why? Because they really mad at the father. They really mad at their life and the decisions that they have made. They're really mad because they was dealt a hand that they felt that they did not deserve. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I had to say more, but I don't want to be too long. It's very long. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.